It's been a while. I'm back in the studio shooting a video for you guys. Today I'm giving you a Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, albeit beta, Arcanist Trickster. If you like this type of video, make sure that you subscribe and that you turn on those notifications and whatever you're supposed to do. My wonderful subscribers, speaking of which, actually write up the build description and put it in the video for me in the comments below, and I pin it, and they get them fancy internet YouTube fame points. So I have not yet figured out how to change the portraits, so we're going to go with the stock ones they give us. The point behind this character is to be able to cast a lot of spells, do a lot of skills, and pretty much get the most out of the game, at least through my first playthrough. And I will be playing this character on twitch.tv/the Arcane Agent, so check me out over there. And if you have Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, hit your boy up. So at level 1, typically I would go for a rogue, but we're going to go for the Arcanist. Now, I'm not using brown fur, I'm not using regular, I'm not going to go for the Eldritch Font or the unlettered. I'm actually going to go for white mage. And if we click over, you'll see that a regular Arcanist, I didn't do it at all, that a regular Arcanist is going to exploit at level 1, 3, 5, 7, so on and so forth. A white mage misses an exploit at level 1 and misses an exploit at level 9. And for what we're doing, this is fine. The whole point of white mage for this is because I can actually sacrifice a spell of any level to cast a healing spell. So if I want to be a rogue, sneak attacker, trickster, sorcerer, wizard, or a healer, this character can do that. So level 1, we're going to go for white mage. We're going human because I want extra skilled and extra feet at number 1, level 1. Our racial bonus, I'm going to put it into intelligence. So I've given myself 10 strength, 16 dex, 9 constitution, 18 intelligence, because our DCs for Arcanist are still through intelligence. Plus, as we continue to level up, that intelligence is going to give us more to our DCs, more spells per level that we can know, and it's going to give us more skill points. I tank the wisdom and we go for more charisma because it's going to allow us to do some Arcanist abilities, but it's also going to give us some more persuasion. Now, I want to qualify for Trickster, so we're going to go for mobility, trickery, arcana, perception, and persuasion. Our level 1 feat as a human is going to be deceitful. What deceitful is going to give us is +2 to persuasion and +2 to trickery. And as we hit level 10, it'll actually double those to +4, both of those. And then also, this is why we went human, we want 2 feats at level 1. We're going to go for persuasive, +2 to persuasion and perception at level 1. And when we hit level 10, it'll double that to 4 for each skill. Now, we get a couple of background feats right now in the beta. So if you're watching this later on and we're no longer in the beta, things might have changed. But right now during the beta, we're going to go for Oblate, and I'm going to go for the healer, because I'm going to add lore and religion to my list of class skills, and I get to use intelligence, which I tanked my wisdom. I get to use intelligence instead of wisdom for my nature and my religion checks. At level 1, there are 3 spells you don't want to take, and that is Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Expeditious Retreat, because you get those all as scrolls in your inventory when you start. So I'm going to take Burning Hands, I'm going to take Grease, I'm going to go for Reduced Person Shield. You get 7 here at level 1, at least with what I'm doing here. Ray of Enfeeblement, Enlarge Person, and heck, why not? Color Spray. I get 7 spells here at level 1, so holler at your boy. I'm going to go for Chaotic Good, because why wouldn't you? After my wife. Alright, so as you can see here inside of my inventory, I have Mage Armor, so I'm going to copy that, Magic Missile, copying that, and Expeditious Retreat, copying that. Now, at level 1, the only reason I chose Arcanist at level 1 was because I got to grab those 3 scrolls for free, 3 extra spells, why not? You can, though, start off as a rogue, and I would actually kind of recommend that because you're going to get a lot more, class skills by choosing a rogue at level 1. But at level 2, I'm going to go for Rogue. And the Rogue that I'm going to grab is Underground Chemist. Just because, I'm only going to use 1 level of Rogue just because of Brew Potions. Because I will be able to cast spells and I'll be able to brew potions of up to level 3. So why not? It's the only reason why. You could go Thug or whatever. We're just going to go for Underground Chemist. Mobility, Trickery, Arcana. Those are needed for Arcane Trickster. Persuasion, of course. Perception. I want my stealth going up. And then we're going to go with Religion, because I've seen some Religion checks. And then World, because we're going to get a little bit of extra points popping up in that beast right there. And this gives us Weapon Finesse, Light Armor, Brew Potions, Trap Finding, Sneak Attack, and Rogue proficiencies. So some more weapons. At level 3, we're going back into the Arcanist White Mage, going for Mobility, Trickery, Arcana, Perception, and Persuasion. I want to persuade them. I want to persuade them. And at level 3, we're going to go for Skill, Focus, Persuasion. Right there. Extra persuadedness. Now we get to grab more spells, so why not? Some Flare Burst, maybe. Some Vanish, in case I need to get out of there. We already have a whole bunch of attacking spells, so maybe a little bit more buffs. At level 4, we're going to continue that Arcanist White Mage. More points into Intelligence. Going for Mobility, Trickery, Arcana, Perception, and Persuasion. Look at that Persuasion, so pretty. I don't go for any kind of exploit that's going to require my Charisma to level up, or my Arcanist levels to go up. So maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But an exploit like Flame Arc is going to require my Charisma modifier plus 1d6 points of fire damage is what I would get for every 2 levels beyond first. And maybe I'll confirm this later on, but I don't think that this is full-on character level. I think this is Arcanist class level. Maybe I'm wrong. I know I'm going to hear about it in the comments, but I'll have to test it later on. So what I go for is I actually go for things like Potent Magic, or I go for Swift Consume. And I want to grab that Swift Consume early on because I can consume spells with a swift action, and then I can still cast a spell in that round. So I go for Swift Consume here at level 4. I'm going to grab Ear-Piercing Scream, and I'm going to grab Snowball. Then at level 5, we're going for White Mage again. We're going to go those Mobility, Trickery, Arcana, Perception, and Persuasion. And now here I'm going to take Accomplished Sneak Attacker. That is giving us one more sneak attack die so that we can get our Arcane Trickster. Level 2, you're always going to get a buff first because we've already got spells to do damage with. So I'm always going to grab Mirror Image, and then I'm going to grab a kind of an AoE Burning Arc here. Kind of an AoE. Now, the cool thing about Wrath of the Righteous is that after you qualify for a prestige class that's down here, it actually just pops up in the top. Kind of gets confusing, but we're going to go Arcane Trickster here, which allows us to start using our spells from our Arcanist. Mobility, Trickery, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and I'm going to start leveling Stealth up. Now, here, I want to make sure that I grab Glitter Dust, which is a great offensive spell, and I also want Sense Vitals. I usually forget about this one. And I want to grab that for sneak attack later on. We also get our ranged Legerdemain lets us disarm traps from a distance or pick locks from a distance. And this is great because, at least in Pathfinder Kingmaker, if you failed a lockpick check, you couldn't come back to it until you had leveled up. And then you could still fail it. But your ranged Legerdemain could keep doing it over and over and over again because it was spawning a new thing every single time you did it. That was cool. At level 7, we're going to go for that Arcane Trickster again. Mobility, Trickery, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and Stealth. And at 7, we're going to grab the Deft Hands. Deft Hands, +2 to Trickery and use Magic Device. You better grab Fireball and Haste at level 3 spells right here at level 7. You're kind of behind. A Wizard at level 5 already has Fireball. Sorcerer, I believe, gets it at 6 or 7. We're going to continue at level 8 into that Arcane Trickster, grabbing another point in Intelligence. See our skills right here? It says we have 6. Let's pop that into Intelligence. Boom, we got 10 now. Yeet. Trickery, Mobility, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and dump some more into Stealth. Now our Stealth is caught up with everything else. I want some more buffs. I'm going to get Resist Energy Communal. I'm going to get Protection from Arrows Communal. We also get an impromptu sneak attack, which means that we actually get to deny somebody a sneak their dexterity bonus to armor class, and we can get a free sneak attack on them. At level 9, we're going Arcane Trickster level 3. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and now we can start going into something like Religion or into World. I'm going to try Religion. Level 9, we're going to come down here to Stealthy, which has given us +2 to Mobility and +2 to Stealth. Level 4 spells here. We're going to grab Dragon's Breath because it allows us to, inside of one spell slot, be able to do lightning, fire, acid, stuff like that. Cold. They should create Sonic Dragon Breath. Oh, and then we're going to grab Stone Skin here as a buff. You can do it on yourself, do it on other people. We will grab Greater Invisibility at some point. Stealthy! Level 10, Arcane Trickster. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion. I'm going to grab Fear and Greater Invisibility. This is a great crowd control spell. And then Greater Invisibility is going to, help me stay alive and help other people stay alive. More impromptu sneak attack here. At level 11, we're going for Arcane Trickster 5. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and Religion. And here I'm going to go for Alertness. It's going to give us +2 to Perception. It's going to really help us out to find traps and hidden things. Level 5, I'm going to get Shadow Evocation, because just like that Dragon Breath spell, this is going to give us the ability to cast extra spells in one spell slot. So we're going to grab a DPS one right here, and now we want to grab something that's going to buff us and keep us alive. So let's grab Stone Skin Communal. It's going to be buffing me and my whole team all at one time. We got Alertness. At level 12, we're going to go for Arcane Trickster level 6. Going to go for that extra point into Intelligence, right? More spells, stuff like that. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion. Here, I'm definitely going to come down here, and I want to try out Racking Ray. It's going to do Dexterity and Strength damage to somebody. Now, it is a Ray attack, so maybe do it against somebody who's not engaged in a melee attack. I want to grab Baleful Polymorph. It's going to turn them into a dog. It's really, really great if you can hit it onto a wizard or a sorcerer or a caster or something like that. Actually, it's just good on anybody. Baleful Polymorph, great spell. At level 13, we're going to go for an Arcane Trickster, level 7. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and more Religion. Now here, I just start going into, skill focuses, what you think you're going to use the most, or what you've encountered the most. Come on. I want to do the Perception first, because I can at least re-roll a chest with Trickery with my ranged Ledger Domain. So let's do Skill Focus Perception first. Now, level 6, there are 2 spells I make sure I want to grab. One is the Damage Crowd Control, which is going to knock them down Sirocco and possibly exhaust them. I want to grab that. And then I also want to grab Chain Lightning, because this is a good AoE spell that doesn't hurt my teammates. So those are 2 damages, but I grab those damages first. I do it. Just something I do. Level 14, we're going to go for Arcane Trickster level 8. Arcana, Stealth, Trickery, Mobility, Perception, Persuasion. Now here, I'm going to go for Dispel Magic Greater, and I'm going to go for Heroism Greater. Dispel Magic, it's going to dispel some magic. Heroism is going to give us +4 to attack rolls and skill checks. It's going to be great for helping my teammates and myself do things they need to do. Invisible Thief, right here, I have a free invisibility. It's like up to 10 rounds or whatever. Level 15 is going to be the 9th level of Arcane Trickster, going Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and 1 and 2 Religion. Now I'm going to scroll down here again, and I'm just doing a whole bunch of skill focuses, and I'm going to go for Trickery now. Because I don't want to miss some of those skill checks. I hate missing skill checks, because you can swing an axe one more time, right, and kill the bad guy, but you only get 1 chance at a skill check. Level 7, Shadow Conjuration Greater. Just like that Dragon's Breath from earlier, this is going to give us multiple spells inside of 1 spell slot. I'm going to go for True Seeing Communal, because that's going to buff up me and all my buddies. We also get surprise spells here. Now, Arcane Trickster from level 1 until level 9 can add sneak attack damage to any melee or ranged touch attack spell. At level 10, you add sneak attack damage to all of the spells, every of the spell. And if you have summons, then they will do sneak attacks too. So now we've maxed out our Arcane Trickster. We're going to pump into White Mage some more. More points into Intelligence here. So our skills are at 5, then it goes to 13. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion, and let's pump Religion up there. I already did Swift Consume, so I'm going to do Potent Magic here. At level 16, I can now, whenever I use my Arcanist Reservoir stuff, it'll make the caster level go to 2 instead of 1, make the DC go to up +2 instead of 1. So Potent Magic here, which would be great at level 16. You really do want to do some extra spell damage or some extra DC checks. Not Marvel checks, though. Let's do Prismatic Spray here, and let's do Polymorph Greater. Continuing at level 17 with White Mage, our 5th level. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion. We're going to do Skill, Focus, Stealth here at level 17. We're going to grab Shadow Evocation Greater here at level 8. And then we are going to grab Protection from Spells. This one, again, is going to give us a lot more spells to cast in one spell slot. White Mage, level 18, going into 6th level of White Mage. And then here, I'm going to go for Dimensional Slide because it lets me teleport, and I don't think it has anything to do with leveling up your character, your Arcanist level. So we're going to do Dimensional Slide. I can teleport. Get out of danger free. Now, at level 8, I'm going to go for Mind Blink. I'm going to go for Mind Blink, and then I'm going to go for Storm Bolts, because this is, again, an AoE-friendly spell to cast here. And at level 19, we're going for our 7th level of White Mage. I pushed to level 19 in Wrath of the Righteous because, as I've talked with Owlcat Games, they say that in-game for Wrath of the Righteous, you're almost guaranteed to at least hit level 19. Whereas Kingmaker, it was more around 17. So I'm pushing these builds to 19 for that reason. Mobility, Trickery, Stealth, Arcana, Perception, Persuasion. And here I'm going to go for Skill Focused, Mobility. Boom. Now, level 9, I'm definitely grabbing Shades. It's again going to give me multiple spells per one spell slot. That's a great damage thing, right? And then you can go for a buff, which I'm going to go for Mind Blank Communal. I want everybody in my team to have +8 resistance bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting spells and effects. Mind Blank Communal. Okay, so fully rested, looking at our awesomeness, we are 10 levels of Arcane Trickster, 8 levels of White Mage, 1 level of Underground Chemist. At level 19, before any gear, we're going to have 39 Persuasion, 39 Trickery, 35 Perception, 35 Mobility, 35 Stealth, a lot of Knowledge, a lot of Religion. I could have made a better all-around Skill Monkey, and I will make a Skill Monkey build for Wrath of the Righteous, but I wanted to show you guys a really universal caster rogue guy right now. So what I really first wanted to show you was, in the event that we needed to, I could cast at level 1. I have a jack ton of spells. As a Arcanist, you can only have 5 that are memorized, but you can choose to cast them up to, depending on your intelligence modifier, 6 times a day. So at level 1, I can cast any of my spells like a sorceress 6 times a day. However, since I am a White Mage Arcanist, I can also choose to cast a Cure spell instead. So at level 1, it would be Cure Light Wounds. At level 4, it would be Cure Critical Wounds. At level 6, it would be a Cure Moderate Wounds Mass. At level 9, it would be Cure, I think it's Critical Wounds? Look, there's just crazy. Level 9, Stink. Cure Critical Wounds Mass. Level 9, since it's Shades, is pretty much I can cast any spell at level 8 and lower. It's Shades is crazy stupid. So what I wanted to show you guys, am I still recording? Yeah, I'm still recording. What I wanted to show you guys was I can cast, if I want to use one of my Arcanist exploits, like let's say I'm over here and I'm fighting these bad guys, which are my good guys, and I want to teleport away from them. This is a move action, and I can teleport over here. Witching, boom, gone. Okay, with my Dimensional Slide. Then, if I run out of those Dimensional Slides, I could actually sacrifice a level 1, 2, 3, up to level 9 spell to get that. So I have a Dimensional Slide, I have 6 of them. I can cast this Consume spell, which is going to eat one of my spells, and now I'm back up to 7. And that was a swift action. So, at level 1, of course, I can cast, my Color Spray. Yeet. I can cast at level 2, Sense Vitals, Mirror Image. Level 3, I get that Fireball. Level 4, I wanted to show you that I only have 5 spells per day that I can cast. I have 4 memorized, but I can cast 5 per day. I can actually click on Dragon's Breath and make it into an acid, a fire, a lightning, or a cold. So that's the benefit of that right there. At 5th level, I've got Shadow Evocation, which lets me do a whole bunch of spells. Boom, look at that, Battering Blast randomly. Didn't have to memorize that spell. I get Scorching Ray by having Shadow Evocation. At level 6, I get that Sirocco, Dispel Magic and stuff. I can cast spells. Level 7, I get that Shadow Congregation Greater, which is even more spells. We just start getting tons and tons of spells. And then level 8, I, of course, get that Shadow Evocation Greater, Shadow Conjuration, Shadow Evocation, and then level 9, we get those Shades. Crazy, crazy spells right there. So at level 19, your caster level is going to be 18. You know, your spell pen is going to be 18 and stuff. But if you really, really need to, you can use your Arcane Reservoir to make your DC go up or to make your caster level up right here. But if I really, really needed to, if we were in the middle of a battle and my people were dying and I didn't need to do any damage and my people have tons of damage spells ready to go, but somebody's really, really about to die, I can quickly sacrifice a ready-made Baleful Polymorph spell to go and cure light wounds all of my friends real quick. Hit them all for a good 25 hit points, heal really, really quickly, or sacrifice a greater, spell to cure critical wounds mass, something like that. It's a great character, and I can't wait to play it live on twitch.tv/thearcaneagent. Check me out over there. I am going to go work on some more builds. Let me know in the comment below what kind of build you want me to toy around with in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.